can only imagine how difficult this must have been for you. It's not every day one of our own sits across the table. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence, including a knife found at the scene.
With your prints all over it.
Tell me, how did you pass the polygraph?
I've never seen you around here before. You guys IA?
We're from another precinct.
You passed the polygraph, yet you turn yourself in.
Why turn yourself in now, asshole?
Hey, Ronan! Hey, come on, man, it's Winston, your partner. Yeah, actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Y'all heard you hung up your spurs. Yeah, tell me, what would possibly make you go and do something like that? Yeah, come on, I can hear you in there, Timo Sabi. Why don't you just say it? Huh? Just confess it. Just say it. Tell me you're innocent.
There was someone else in the apartment.
Yeah, I read the report. Male, tall, Caucasian, trench coat, missing an eye. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
I ripped out his fucking eye. CSI found it at the crime scene.
Hey, listen, man, I don't know anything about no glass eye found at the scene of the crime. But neither does Annie, who claims she saw you stab Bella with a kitchen knife.
I was on duty that night. With you. I came home to find my wife covered in blood.
Well, that's not what her sister's gonna tell the judge.
Bella's purse and jewelry were missing from the apartment. This was a robbery fucking homicide.
Yo, well, why don't you tell it to the judge in the morning? Look, man, we got the green light. The DA, they want your ass, so don't you make this difficult. Think of your wife. Huh? She deserves justice. She deserves a fair trial. Innocent people don't run!
Take a seat, sport. I know you made some calls before you came here. Your attorney, the old woman next door, your brother, your mother. What did she have to say? You did ask her if she thought you were innocent.
I loved my wife.
I know you did.
There was someone else there that night. I saw him.
We turned that house upside down looking for prints. Nothing. Except for yours. I look at you like a son. But I am the chief of police. I can't ignore the facts. Ronan. You need to give me something to work with. And it needs to be good.
How about the buried evidence?
What evidence?
I'm talking about the prosthetic eye CS I found in the kitchen. How can you not see the facts? You, Winston, the DA, what are you getting out of this?
Ronan.
There's a suspect out there.
Ronan.
I go to trial in 2 days. I need something.
Relax. I didn't want it to go this way.
And what way is that, Chief?
Ronan, you've been in a mental institution for 6 days. You were just released. You don't remember me checking you out?
No.
You've murdered your wife and concocted this elaborate story, this one-eyed suspect, to cope with the guilt. This man you're searching for, he doesn't exist. What?
I keep reaching for the truth and it's not there. All of my intuition tells me my prints weren't on that knife. I can't explain it.
Exactly. You can't explain it.
Chief, everyone believes that I'm guilty.
Everyone. Why did you ask me to come here tonight, Ronan? Ronan. Ronan! Ronan!
I know what you did!
You killed me, Ronan.
We have an issue with 1134.
The detective?
Yeah, the anomaly has returned.
Why?
Well, he believes in his innocence with such certainty that his subconscious has fabricated a suspect, someone attainable, who holds all the answers. In his case, the identity of his wife's killer.
The wristband was too much.
If I tell you not to think of a pink elephant, what's the first thought that enters your mind? In reality, sir, he was committed to an institution. The loss of his wife was simply too much for him to bear. Exploiting his emotional instability is the most logical scenario, or the only scenario I see working at this point.
Details associated with the crime have always been sufficient. Why should 1134 be any different?
The average inmate loops 47 times before reaching redemption. Ronan has looped 236 times. He knows his prints weren't on the murder weapon. He knows the sister did not testify against him. I couldn't exaggerate the circumstances of his crime any further. The scenario would not be sustainable. In his case, the one-eyed suspect would most likely return, and frankly, I'm not exactly sure what would happen if he does catch him.
Need I remind you, he was found guilty by a court of law?
According to his case file, there was a prosthetic eye found at the crime scene.
Everyone who commits sin is a slave of sin. A slave has no permanent place in society. So they are brought to me. This is not a prison. We house no criminals. They are slaves. We must understand that a slave's shortcoming is not sin. It is not. It's what they have lost. What is buried deep beneath sin, which we must bring up to the light. The truth. 1134 must reach redemption. His soul depends on it.
Redemption is extraordinary, but it is not flawless. If a subject were to ever become aware of the program itself, it would collapse. The awakening would be irreversible.
Tell me, how could one possibly come to that realization?
If they were innocent.
Val's sister was going on about some things, man, I'm having a hard time understanding. And this greenhorn, I mean, he's running with it. It's not looking good, man.
It's not.
Is there something you need to tell me? Ronan, nobody, not the sister, not the lady next door, saw anybody come or go through this front door. It's going to be difficult to convince a jury that somebody else was in this place.
I didn't say anything about someone else being in the apartment.
You're right. You're right. You know, every bit of this apartment screams first degree. You know, there's not an attorney in this city that can flip this in your favor. Hey, look, I know some people who specialize in handling this type of situations. People you can trust. But you gotta be honest with them. Can you do that?
So, what have you got to say for yourself?
Mr. Dillinger, did you want to state your confession?
I didn't come here to confess.
I'm sorry?
I said I didn't come here to confess.
So tell me, what did you come here for? Whatever you think you know, forget about it.
I didn't kill my wife.
The truth isn't for everyone. But go ahead. Walk out that door. All of you break. It's only a matter of time.
Doesn't need to be painful. We just need you to cooperate.